that Stuart Skinner save. This should have been the defining moment in Stuart Skinner's first big game of the year. Instead, Skinner makes a remarkable save.
Oh, man. What a
and Mattias Janmark, who has all the time in the world.
He could have stopped and turned and shut it down because someone put it in the chat before. Sorry, I didn't notice who it was. Literally said, like, Carolina stops playing. Like, they don't play. They're kind of done. Like, you know, a save like that should really defeat a team.
Yep.
But it didn't. It actually rejuvenated him.
Mattias Janmark start to the season.
Yeah.
He built himself up with this fan base. And listen, I get it because we watched the playoffs and we're all dialed into every little play. And I understand what makes Mattias Janmark a valued piece of this team. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Well, at 5-on-5, he plays generally low event hockey. He's a buzzsaw on the forecheck, all of those things. You need players like Mattias Janmark if you are going to win. My problem has been that the playoff run and what he did there gave off the illusion that he's something that he's not.
Yeah.
And at 5-on-5, he is a guy who doesn't produce a whole lot of offense. I know he had 10 goals in 66 games a couple of years ago with the NHL or with the Oilers, but in his last 78 games now with the Oilers, he has 4 goals. Last season, he was basically just as bad as Connor Brown, but he had 1 shot that went in off his chest.
He was lucky Connor Brown was on the team.
He was lucky Connor Brown was on the team last year. And the Oilers jump to sign him to a 3-year deal at 1.45, and everyone was like, good, the AAV's down, but you paid in term. And my point was, no. You overpaid in money and you overpaid in term. It's just a pure overpay. And it's like, well, it's 1.45. You can bury a good chunk of it. Certainly that's not the standard we're looking at when signing guys. And again, yes, you need players like Mattias Janmark to succeed. I think good organizations look at a guy like Janmark after a playoff run, and I know the core likes him too, so there's like different layers to this kind of conversation, but they look at that and go, ooh, you want 1.45 over 3 years? We're going to go find the next Mattias Janmark. Thank you, though.
They did. Silly Pod Colson.
There you go. But because he's not a vet and because he hasn't been here for a playoff run, people don't want to have that conversation. But, I mean, the Perry signing is a good example of this too. But Perry makes less sense because it's not like the Oilers should have fallen in love with him during the playoffs. They healthy scratched him a bunch of times. Anyways, I digress. But Mattias Janmark's start of the season has been abysmal. I can't tell you a quality chance he's had. And he's been on the ice now. The Oilers have allowed 10 shorthanded or power play goals against. Their PK has not been good. They've allowed 10 power play goals against. Mattias Janmark has been on the ice for 5 of them. Do you want to hear the Oilers forwards who have been on the ice for more?
I'm going to assume 0.
0.
I was going to say, how does everyone else stack up?
Well, let me just give you another number first before I do that. He's been on the ice for the most goals against. You know how many Oilers forwards have been on the ice for more time on ice killing penalties than him?
0.
No, 3.
Oh.
Henrique's played 13-19 and allowed and been on the ice for 4 goals. That's not great, but he's played 13-19. He's killed basically 3 full minutes more of penalty kill time and allowed 1 less goal. Nugent Hopkins, 12:48, so about 2.5 minutes more. He's only been on the ice for 2 goals against. Connor Brown's been on the ice for 18 more seconds. He's allowed 2 less goals, only 3. So 3 guys have been on the ice for more PK time and allowed fewer goals. I should, just for the sake of being fair, Arvidsson's numbers suck. 458, he's been on the ice for 3 against. Derek Ryan's numbers suck. 501, 3 goals against. Good Lord, Noah Philp needs to be on this hockey team. That's another aside. But
scored last night.
Yeah. I think people, again, misremember everything, or not misremember, because the playoffs happened and we saw them and he scored in game 7, but like,
he was great.
Yeah.
Really good.
And people are saying, what happened to the bad luck excuse? Yes, there are Oilers forwards who have been unlucky. Mattias Janmark has scored 4 goals in 78 games. Like, again, I just don't think he's immune to criticism because what he did in the playoffs. And I really don't want to be sitting here and going, well, he's the kind of guy you want in the playoffs, because we did that with Zach Kassian and he never bounced back. Mattias Janmark, he can be better. He should be better. He once scored 10 goals in 66 games. But if he was making league minimum, I'd be saying,
I think,
but he's making $1.45 million, so he is not immune to criticism. And that goal, that was a dumb decision, and it's our moment of the game because it directly cost them that hockey game.
I think that just obviously the other layer to it that makes it so disappointing with how he's played to start the season is guys like Holloway and Lavoie were sacrificed for someone like Janmark and Perry. Again, we've given him his flowers. Like, he has had a good start to the season.
And Dylan Holloway playing bottom six, middle six, whatever you want to call him, minutes in St. Louis has a goal.
Yeah. Someone put it in there in the chat. Sorry, it disappeared already. But you probably do need to look at changing up the forwards on the penalty kill a little bit, or maybe even just changing around who they're playing with. I don't know. Like, something's obviously got to adjust. There you go. Thank you, McKay and I get it. McKay and Dry.
McKay and Dry.
McKay, damn it.
You didn't get it.
So yeah, it's disappointing. Janmark just seems like a guy at the end of year 2. He's just going to be on the way for it, doesn't he?
Yeah, because again, good organizations just find younger, cheaper versions of those players. And you don't get caught up and fall in love with bottom 6 players.
Yeah.
Like, why he didn't get the Connor Brown contract is confusing to me.
You almost, and I don't think they should have done it for either of them for the record, but like, you would almost trust Connor Brown more with that contract than a Janmark. Like, I feel like
I think the offensive upside is there more with one than the other. So yes.
Yeah, he has. Brown just has more of that touch, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Disappointing. Derek Ryan's actually been pretty good at 5-on-5 to his credit.
Yeah, he has been. He's been fine at 5-on-5. But again, the idea is I think Philp can be better. And if you're not getting the quality PK out of Derek Ryan, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that is true. With a 4th line center, like, it's kind of a role you need him to play.
Yeah.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.